Today we are going over 8.2, which is summarizing data using mean, median, mode, and range. So these are different ways to describe data. And we've done this, went over these before, but it was really quickly, and so that's why I'm trying to go over it again. And it's also, you're going to need to know them for your project that will start next week. So mean is also known as the average. So you see average probably the most commonly in everyday life. You're going to see it in batting average in sports, or a player's average field goals per game, things like that. That is all the mean. And to get the mean or average, you add up all the numbers and then divide by the amount of numbers you have. So divide by amount of numbers. So if I had 5 numbers, I would add up all the numbers and then I would divide by 5. Median is the middle number. Okay, so median is the middle. And I'm going to put an asterisk over here by it, okay, because that means you have to put it in order from least to greatest. So put in order. Okay, so you can't get the middle number without putting them in order from least to greatest. The mode is going to be the number that happens the most, or the most popular. Number that happens the most. Okay. Remember, the mode, there can be multiple modes, or there can be no mode at all. If every number happens the same amount, then there's not a most popular, if they all happen the same. Okay. And then range is greatest number minus the smallest. Okay, so those are our 4 ways to describe data that we're going to be working with today. So it says, Carla spent an evening bowling. She played 5 games and scored 95, 87, 81, 84, and 83. Find the mean, median, mode, and range of the 5 games. So the first thing I'm going to do is put them in order from least to greatest. So 81 and 83. Remember, I always cross them off as I go to make sure that I have the correct amount. 84 and 87. And then 95. Okay. So you can start with any one that you want. Okay. So for the mean, I'm just going to go in order, but you guys can do it however you want. For the mean, we have to add them all up, and then we divide by 5. That's what it says up here. We add them up and then divide by the amount of numbers, and there's 5 numbers. So you can use a calculator. Okay, so go ahead and grab one if you haven't. And so we're going to do 81 plus 83 plus 84 plus 87 plus 95. And I got 430. And then we have to divide that by 5 because there's 5 numbers. So when we do that in our calculator, we should get 86. Okay, so our mean is 86, which makes sense because it should be between 81 and 95. Okay, our mean should never be bigger than our smallest and our bigger number. They should always be in between. So the median is the middle number. So this is when I cross them off. So 81, 95, 83, and 87, and we're left with 84. So our median, our middle number, is 84. If there were 2 numbers in the middle, I would add them and divide by 2 to get the median. So our mode, since all of the numbers happen the same amount, they all happen just one time, there is no mode. So you're going to write no mode. Don't write 0, because if there was a 0 up there, that could be the mode. You have to write no mode. Or put a dash, just something saying that there's no mode. Just don't put a 0. And then lastly, our range is our greatest minus our smallest number. So we do 95 minus 81. If you need to, you can put that in your calculator, and you should get 14. There's your answer. I'll make that bigger. Okay. So that is what we're doing today. We're finding mean, median, mode, and range on each of our problems. And that's what you'll be doing on the homework. So on this one, it says find the mean, median, mode, and range of Trey's music library. So you can see over on the right that Trey spends 62 minutes listening to blues, 72 on classical, 61 on country, and so on. So first thing we do is put them in order from least to greatest. Okay? So I'm going to start with any numbers that are in the 50s. And I can see that popular, which is weird. I don't know what that even means for music. But, okay, 59. Then we have 61 and 62. And we have 63 and 67. And I have another 67 and a 72. All right, so to find your mean, you're going to add them all up, and then you're going to divide by 7, because I have 7 numbers. So go ahead and put that in your calculator. So 59 plus 61 plus 62 plus 63 plus 67 plus 67 plus 72, and we get 451, and we're going to divide by 7 since there's 7 numbers. It is a decimal, so I'm just going to round it, and we're going to get 64 and 4/10. Okay, because the next number after the 4 is a 2, and it's less than a 5, so we would keep it the same. For our median, we need to find the middle number, so I'm going to cross off 59 and 72, 61 and 67, and 62 and 67. So I should have the same amount of numbers crossed off on the left that I do the right, and my median would be 63. The mode is the number that happens the most, so looking at them, there's only one number that happens more than once, and that is 67. So 67 happens the most, so that is the mode. And then our last one is the range, and it is 72, because that's our biggest, minus 59, because that's our smallest number. So 72 minus 59, you would get 13. All right, flip your page over. We're not going to do all of these. We're just going to do some of them because you guys should know how to do most of these. So it says Nadia's grades on 4 quizzes were 95, 75, 85, and 95. Find the mean, median, mode, and range for Nadia's grades. All right. I'm going to start by putting them in order from least to greatest. So I have 75 and 85. Then I have 95 and 95. All right, to find the mean, I'm going to add them up, and then I'm going to divide by 4, since there's 4 numbers. So 75 plus 85 plus 95 plus 95 is 350. So we do 350 divided by 4. Okay. Notice, I don't divide by 4 right away, all at once in my calculator. I add them first, press enter, and then I divide by 4. Okay, because if I put it all in the calculator together, it would have done 95 divided by 4, and then it would have added everything else because of order of operations. So when you do 350 divided by 4, you should get 87 and 5/10. For the median, okay, I can tell right away that I only have 4 numbers. That's an even number, so I'm going to have 2 in the middle. Okay? So I would still cross off 75 and 95, but then I have 85 and 95 in the middle. So to figure that out, I'm going to add them, and I'm going to divide by 2 because I want to know what's exactly between 85 and 95. So if you don't need a calculator and you can already tell me that, then perfect. But if you're not sure, add 95 plus 85 and then divide by 2, and you should get 90. Okay, so our median would be 90. We want it exactly in the middle. Our mode is the number that happens the most, so that would be 95. And then our range is greatest minus the smallest, so we'd have 95 minus 75, and you would get 20. All right, let's move on to the next question. I want you to try it on your own. So pause the video and then you can fast forward through it to see if you got the right answers. If you got something wrong, then rewind a little bit to see where you messed up, okay? But go ahead and pause and try it on your own. So first thing I'm going to do is put them in order. So I have 2 and 2, 3 and 4, 4 and 5, and then 6. Okay. So for the mean, I'm going to add them all up. So 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. And I get 26. And then what am I going to divide by? I'm going to divide by 7 because that's how many numbers I have. And so I am going to get a decimal, and that will round to 3 7/10, 3.7. So to find our median, we have to find our middle number. They're already in order, so I can start crossing them off. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And I'm left with 4. So my median would be 4. And just to make sure, I can see that I have 3 crossed off over here and 3 crossed off there, so I am good. Now the mode, when I look at it, I can see that there's 2 2s and there's 2 4s. So those would both be my modes. So I would have 2 and 4 as my mode. The range, greatest minus the smallest, so 6 minus 2, which is 4. Okay. Hopefully you got all of those right. We're just going to do one more, and then I'll let you start your homework. So on this one, we have 7, 2, 3, 8, 10, 7, 3, and 7. So start, and if you would like to try it on your own, you can pause it, do it, and then fast forward to see if you got the answers right. So I have 2, 3, and 3. And we have 7, 7, 7. And then we have 8 and 10. All right, on our mean, we're going to add them all up. 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 8 plus 10. So we get 47. And then we're going to divide it by 8 because there's 8 numbers. And you should get 5.875. But we're going to round that just to 5 9/10. So 5.9. On your homework, I don't think you'll have to round. I think you'll be able to just put the decimal in because you're not going to get long decimals. So for the median, we're going to cross them off until we find the middle. And so we have 2 and 10, and then 3 and 8, and then 3 and 7. And so I can see I have 2 numbers, 7 and 7. Okay. And since we have two numbers, we have to add and divide them by 2. Okay, 7 plus 7 is 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7. So our median would just be 7. So if you have the same number in the middle, it's just going to be whatever number is in the middle, like those two. Okay. And then our mode, okay, I can see that there's 2 3s, but there's also 3 7s. All right. So the 3s don't matter. I want just the one that has the most. So our mode would be 7. And then our range, we have our greatest number, which is 10, minus our smallest number, which is 2, and our range is 8. Okay. All right. Let me know if you have questions. You can always email me, but the homework should be exactly like the notes. So look at your notes for help. I promise they will help you.